Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a cool subject for ourselves today, so let's go ahead and dive right on into it. What is our cool subject for today? Our cool subject for today is selling. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Why? I said selling. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And the reason why is let me tell you why, okay? See, I've been in sales a long time. This platform, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the warts and all. We talk about things that people don't talk about. They talk about all the rah, the good, and all the good stuff. But old Gary Lee's going to teach you a little bit. We're going to talk about things that, you know, kind of can be frustrating. And today we're talking about don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I could just think of 1,000 times this has happened in my selling career because I've been in business and selling since the 80s in one form of capacity. And you may be a brand new salesperson, or maybe you're a seasoned salesperson, and you know what I'm talking about when it's talking about putting all your eggs in one basket. Putting your eggs all in one basket. I just recollect, I'll just remember this one here time. See, I sell real estate, I sell life insurance, I sell other stuff. And I'm going to tell you what, one of the key things I've learned is that you never want to go ahead and count your eggs or chickens before they're hatched. Okay. Chickens before they're hatched. And the reason why I stress that is it happens that sometimes people get buyer's remorse. People get scared. Maybe they get a little frustrated. Maybe they had 30 days to think about it and they thought about it and they went, well, I don't think we can afford it. Or for whatever reason, they decide not to go ahead and purchase something. Okay. Not too long ago, I had a customer, young couple. They were wonderful, great kids and everything. And see, I was working on my other business and stuff and neglected one business, my real estate little business, for a short time. And this young couple, they were looking at a beautiful home, about $350,000 home, gorgeous house, got the finance and everything. And we were getting ready to close after about 3.5 months. Remember, that gave them plenty of time to think about it. Okay. And they even lost their deposit, what they put down on the home, because they had too much time to think about it. And what happened was it's like a week or almost a week and a half before we were closing on the house and everything, because it was a brand new build. They texted me and said, well, we're just deciding we're not going to go ahead and purchase anything. And these particular young folks, they ghosted me. Now, I don't blame them. I'm not mad. I was a little hurt and I was a little bit frustrated when it happened, but that's life. People want to buy stuff. And then they sometimes, like I said, they get that little fear factor, false evidence appearing real, that maybe they couldn't afford it, or I have no idea. I've reached out to them quite a few times, and the customers just kind of ghosted me. And I wish them luck. I hope they found something they wanted. And as a realtor, you don't get paid until the customer buys something. So you're vested. You've spent gas, time, money, in preparation, and you've got all these things done. And I, at that particular time, was just working with that one customer. I had a couple of other ones, but their financing and money wasn't right, and I had all my eggs in one basket. Okay. And I had already thought about how much money I was going to make, close to 10 grand. And don't count your chickens before they hatch. Remember, mama always said that. And you know what? I didn't do what I normally would do. I got a little frustrated. I didn't get mad. I didn't yell or scream. I just cried a little bit. Okay, because I needed that money, honey. And I had been putting all my eggs in one basket. And I'm sharing that with you. And here's the things, guys. If you're a salesperson and you work on this magic thing called commission, you're going to have customers who will have buyer's remorse. So if you get a nice, I've heard this too many times where people in life insurance, they get a couple of good weeks, they got quite a few leads and quite a few sales, and they were like, wow, man, I made 10, 15, $20,000. And they said, well, I guess I'm going to go to Disneyland. I'm going to go to Disney World. I'm going to go and take a couple of weeks off of vacation because I earned it. Okay. And And when they come back, okay, people decided during that time frame that, well, man, I couldn't afford it, or for whatever reason, they canceled those policies, and you've got those policies that you've got to pay back because they generally pay you anywhere from 50 to 100% up front. And it's really nice. It makes your paycheck look real good, but you got a whole doggone year that you've got for those customers to keep paying on before they say, well, if they cancel it, it's okay. At least they paid for it a year. And so I'm sharing this with you guys because sometimes we put all of our eggs in one basket, and it's not a really smart thing. Okay. I worked in, like I said, retail for years. I sold furniture, I sold electronics. But when I first got into sales, I was selling door to door. I was working with this company called the Tampa Tribune. And we had this big old contest at least once a year. And it was a wonderful contest. It would gave me the capability to go door to door. We were able to sell our services at discounted prices. And I mean, it's like almost giving it away and giving them the opportunity for you to win and make a lot of potential money. And see, I had this one contest that, I ended up winning, but the problem is I kind of got a little bit lazy there right at the very end. It was for 30 days, and I got like 301 sales, in 1 week. It was like a big deal. I was doing really, really good. And then I said, I had actually probably around about 260, 270. And then I caught wind. Okay. I was going to, just relax and take it easy. And I got one of my friends that I was working with, and he was like neck and neck with me. And I was like, oh crap. Remember, I was putting all my eggs in one basket. I was thinking, oh man, I don't need to work this weekend. Well, guess what? Old dude did. He started working and he started catching up with me. And then somebody said, hey, Gary, don't you think you might want to go ahead and get out there and go sell? Because this other guy, he's right there almost neck and neck with you. And I was like, really? Oh, crap. I was putting all my eggs in one basket. And I was thinking to myself, daggone, man, I thought I had this little dude wrapped up, and I didn't have it wrapped up. It was almost too much to bear. So I ended up winning. Okay, I'm just saying, I ended up winning, got a nice big old giant trophy, the Stanley Cup. I thought it because of my last name, Stanley. And I got all these accolades. I got $2,000 for college and stuff like that. But it kind of reminds me, it reminded me when I lost this opportunity with this customer that I had put all my eggs in that one basket. The guy would have beat me. He would have beat me. He was that close to beating me. But when I went back out there and I knew he was selling, I jumped on it, boy. I got out there real quick, and I started selling and selling and selling. So what I'm sharing with you guys is don't rest on your laurels. Don't get, hey, everything's all good. I'm going to be big and fine. Everything's good. I'm just going to chill, man, because I got this sale. I got this sale. Don't do it. Because see, when you do that, when you put all your eggs in one basket and you've already thinking in your mind how you're going to spend that money, God's always got this little thing that happens sometimes when you least expect it. You lose a sale. It happens. Okay. And I have done that. And I have also worked with companies that, that are no longer here with us, that were in business 100 years, 50 years, 40 years. And I spent quite a few years working with these companies, putting all my eggs in one basket, thinking that they're going to be around. And see, here's the thing. A lot of times when people work within a particular company, they forget that they need to look outside the box sometimes to see what's going on. They need to look at what's going on with their company, and they need to be asking themselves, is there things going on that I need to know about? Because see, what'll happen is right at the end, we had a company. I worked for McDuff's, and they got bought out by Tandy. And Tandy is a good company, old Radio Shack back in the day. And they bought our company. They had been in business for like 40 years. I had been working with them for like 8 years. And then they bought them and they closed them down. It was like, what? And I had put all my eggs in one basket, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And see, electronics wasn't selling like it was in the early 90s and in the mid 90s and at the end. So what did I have to do? I had to look outside the box, and I went and got myself a job selling furniture. Okay. And furniture is expensive. It costs about as much at that time as electronics. So what I had to do is I had to think outside the box, and I had to think outside that basket, and I had to do my research because see, companies come and go. But see, if you're a salesperson, you can learn crafts, different things from each product, each company. They give you golden nuggets. And if you'll go ahead and use those in the future in your repertoire, and don't give up on sales if a company goes out of business, keep going forward. Okay. And see, the key to success in this regard is, like I said, the more you learn about selling and more things that you do to put yourself in a better position, it really works if you work it, but you got to live it. Now, as far as like a career is concerned, I sell real estate and I sell life insurance, mortgage protection, and I help people with extended warranties, maintenance agreements, service agreements. I talk about these things all the time. But one of the key things is I have more than one opportunity. Now, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but see, here's the thing: when I'm not doing good in one, or if I'm slowing down in one, I've still got my backup. Remember, we're talking about putting all of our eggs in one basket. Now, if you're working with a good company right now and you're doing really, really good, I hope that company lasts forever. But in reality, it doesn't always. So you need to go ahead and get other skills. You need to go ahead and get more courses under your belt. Like I took stuff like, I took my mortgage protection line. I was a mortgage guy for a while. Okay, I had that, and it was just boring. I'd sit around and call people, and it just wasn't exciting to me. And I was sitting in an office waiting, and I was not that exciting. And then I got my life insurance, and I started talking to people and everything, and I was selling and doing pretty good and everything. But there was like moments when I looked at my paycheck and I looked at how much money I was spending on leads, because some companies will pay you a small percentage, some will pay you a big percentage. And at that particular time, I was working with a company that paid me not as what I should have been paid. Okay. So in my mind's mind, I was putting all my eggs in one basket. But then I said, well, dang, why don't I go ahead and get myself a real estate license? I got my real estate license, and there you go. You got to go out and cultivate customers. You got to go out there and find customers. And it was tough and it was rough. But thank goodness I still have my life insurance license to subsidize my time. So, I mean, I'm a single guy. I raised my son. He just turned 18. He just moved out. And I was all brokenhearted and everything. And I never did get married or have a significant other for a long time. Don't, if you know a lady, that's it. I'm just kidding. Uh, but seriously, I had this and it was going through it, and I was, just working and all this stuff. And I needed to have multiple streams of income coming in for me to make it. I didn't have a significant other that could help me out paying my bills and everything, because old Gary Lee had to do it himself. And I had to live within my means. I bought a home that I could afford and paid for. And I'm also made some good choices. But what I'm sharing with you guys is putting all your eggs in one basket. It doesn't always work. And never count your chickens before they're hatched, because if you think you're going to get this much money, it can floor you. And don't ever spend that money in advance. Oh, I went and bought me a new car. I went out and bought me a new set of whatever. I bought me this thinking that I was going to get this other money. What was I saying? Putting all your eggs in one basket, thinking it's going to happen, and then things fall apart. Wait till things happen. Wait before when you get that money, give it about 30 days to see if that money's still going to be there before you go out there and blow it. Okay. You want to also remember that when you're a salesperson, customers are fidgety. They're fickle. They can change their mind at the drop of a hat. And you may be real friendly with them and everything. They bought some great furniture and everything, and then they come back because it took too long for them to get it. And they canceled that stuff. They got mad. Okay. And see, here's the thing, guys. If you're a salesperson, if you want to be successful, you've got to really try to live within your means, Put money away for a rainy day. Spend your money wisely. Okay, guys, spend your money wisely. And always remember, selling, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't go ahead and spend your money before the eggs have hatched. Okay. And do yourself a favor and go out there and sell something. Today, my name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. So give me a thumbs up. Please share my video and please subscribe. Please smash that subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate it. And that way it'll help the algorithm go out and help a whole lot of other people who are just like you, who are looking for somebody to give them some basic information about selling. Common sense stuff is all I talk about. And today we talked about selling. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. Now you know why. So go out there and sell something. But if you ain't asked for the order, you ain't selling. And today we just talked about selling and not putting all of our eggs in one basket. Now you know what it means. So go out there and sell something and have a nice day. All right. Oh, don't count the chickens before they're hatched. All right.